Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in again. I just wanted to go through some recent purchases I picked up lately and yeah, just kind of go over them and show you what I got, show you the values of them, and let's begin the show. All right, so here we've got a 1940S Mercury dime, and I believe it's a full bands. It's a little bit iffy. I don't know, it was advertised as a full bands, but after looking at it through this loop, I do see a complete split, but you really gotta look for it. So I'm not sure. And on top of that, above the E pluribus unum there's a scratch. So if I were to send this in, I'd probably end up getting a details. But the reason I picked it up is because I've got an album of Mercury dimes that I'm trying to do full bands on all of them. Obviously, the 1916D full bands is gonna be the hardest to find at a reasonable price. I did see one recently on eBay. I think it was going for something like, gosh, I can't remember. I think it was like 16,000 or was it 60,000? I don't know. It's a lot of money. So unless I get extremely lucky and happen upon one in a roll or something, that's going to be pretty tough. I think it's about a MS64 full bands. That would make it a $55 coin. All right, here we have a 1943S Walking Liberty, of course. And unfortunately, I just spotted that. I didn't see it before. I see a scratch above the E pluribus unum on this one too. It's a beauty of a Walking Liberty, and I paid a pretty penny for it too, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. But dang, this one's going into an album too, so I guess it's not super important, but I do know that if that were to go to grading, that would probably get a details for a scratch. Dang. I think I just got hosed on this coin, but oh well. So let's say it's not a details grade. If it's my own grading, I'd say it's about an MS65. And I'll put the price in the bottom right because I didn't write any of that stuff down. Here we have another Walking Liberty, 1945 Philly. Another beautiful coin. I'm not sure of the grade on this one, but I'd say it's on par with the other. You got a little bit of toning starting around the edges here, but it's pretty nice. It's got to be a 64 or a 65. And what I liked about this one too is I got the crack, that die crack above the eagle's wing going into the T of states. That's pretty cool, I think. I love finding little things like that. Let's do Franklin's now. So this is a 1953 D, and it's got full bell lines. I think it's an MS63 FBL, which would make it a $42 coin. Again, pretty much most of these I picked them up because I don't have these coins in my coin album. So this is gonna go into my Franklin coin album. And it's probably gonna be one of the nicer ones in there. I do not have many nice Franklins. Got a 1948 D, Denver. This one, I'm not 100% sure if it's full bell lines. I think it's an MS64. If it's not a full bell lines, it's $65. If it's got full bell lines, it's $75. And I think I'm actually gonna do two Franklin albums. I'm gonna do one of the lower grades, and I'm gonna try to do a complete full bell lines album as well. 1951 Franklin. It's also a Denver mint. I was just noticing I got looks like a die crack between the A, L, F, and D. That's cool. This one is a full bell lines as well, and I think it's an MS65. That would be a $200 coin, if I'm correct on the grade. Here we've got a 1952 Denver as well. Another beauty. I think it's an MS64. That'd be a $45 coin. This one I don't think it's got full bell lines. You can kind of see there, it's to the left of the crack there. Got an incomplete bell line. 1952 San Francisco on this one. And I believe it's an MS65 plus. It's just a little too nice. Not quite good enough to be a 66, but a little too nice to be a 65. And I know that plus is hard to come by, but I just feel it's just a little too nice to give it the 65. So that's about a $150 coin in MS65 plus. And it's moving on to the Morgans now. I got a 1902 Philly. And I got this because I don't have it in my album. And it looks like it's cleaned as well. And I believe I knew that on the listing. I can't remember. Picked it up off of eBay. I just got it again as an album filler. And I'll put a grade and a price down on the bottom right. Of course, the grade's without details. Picked up this beauty in an old Annex case. I think, what do they call this, the old soapbox. I love these older cases. Unfortunately, it's Annex, and people are dumb about that. And if you're one of them, well, I'm sorry. Kinda. 1878, 8 tail feathers, VAM 17. I didn't have a high grade 78 8 tail feathers, and I'm into VAMs, so I grabbed this one as well. Since it's marked, it's not a top VAM, but it's still, since it's marked on there, I like the toning. Got that bullseye toning around the rim, and it's a pretty good quality 78, so I like it. Here we've got an 1889 S. I picked this one up because I just don't have it in my album. It's not the cheapest, but it's not the hardest to find either. And it's pretty nice quality. I think it's about an MS63 if it's not cleaned, which I'll have to look at it closer, but honestly now I'm starting to wonder. This kind of looks like it might have been cleaned. Wouldn't be surprised. So hard to spot those things when you're buying them over the internet. But I had one in my album, and I ended up taking it out because it was a pretty nice coin. So taking it out and getting it graded. So I needed another decent one for the album. Really nice fields on this as well. I don't think it's good enough to be proof-like. They're too foggy, but still, really nice coin. 1885 Philly, MS64. Got it because I don't have this one in my registry. I have one in my albums, but not in my registry. It's already a PCGS coin, so it's easy to get it into my registry. The only thing I didn't like about it is it didn't have the true view pictures, but maybe if they have a deal on something, I'll send it in, or I'll just take my own pictures of it. It's, you know, an MS64 is pretty decent grade, and an 1885 just didn't have one of all the quarters or of all the Morgans I've gone through. I never came across one, or not one in a good enough quality to justify me sending it in. And here's the gem of my pickups. 1885 CC. This sucker has got some really nice toning on the back. Unfortunately, it's not right there. It's kind of missing. Got a fingerprint, but I don't really mind that. I think it gives some character to it. Maybe that's part fingerprint too or something. Not sure why it didn't tone right there. Would have been cooler if it was a more even tone right there, but the front's beautiful, and it's a 66, and it's got a hot 50 Vam 4 double dash. So this one cost me a pretty penny, but I didn't have an 85. Well, no, I did have an 85cc in my registry, but I didn't have this Vam, and I didn't have it in a 66, that's for sure. So I'm just slowly trying to build up my collection with better and better quality. And that's a beautiful coin. I mean, that's a really nice coin. I want to start getting my registry coins up to higher grades. And I don't know, maybe you want to call it competition. I know I can't compete with the insane collectors, but I'd like to get as close as I can. All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate you watching me go through my recent finds, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Take it easy.